Well, then let's jump into the book. I know you've written 2 books, but let's jump into Fearless. You break the leadership down into 4, or you break leadership down into 4 quadrants, and you call it the Leadership Quadrant. Can you explain what that approach looks like and why it's so effective?
I always kind of joke around when I'm doing seminars and stuff. I'll kind of shock everybody and say, first of all, I want to tell you guys all, leadership is overrated. And everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. And then I kind of fix it and say, it's not really overrated, but man, I think leadership's overused. I think people talk about leadership, 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. That's all great stuff. But what does it really mean to be a leader? How do I apply it every day when I walk in? Like you said, I got a guy called in because his kid's sick. I got another guy hungover. I got pissed off customers. I got to sell cars. I got upper management screaming at me on wanting to know where the numbers are. And it's hard. It's hard to prioritize everything. And look, I think of it as 4 key areas that we always got to work on. You got to be able to lead, manage, train, and coach. And I think those are all 4 separate skill sets. No different than building rapport is a different skill set when you're selling than negotiating is. It's the same thing. Training and coaching are 2 different skill sets. Leading people, managing things are 2 different skill sets. And that's, as managers, then that's what we have to be working on. That's what we have to be evolving. When's the last time managers ever role played holding a one-on-one with their salespeople? They actually sat down with another manager and they role played how they're going to hold a one-on-one with their salespeople. Pretty much close your eyes. What do you see? Nothing. Never. It's managers don't role play, but we expect salespeople to always be role playing, right? Well, if we're going to be great at it, that's our skills. So if you look at it that area, leading is kind of retail, right? You're out front. Leading is given that vision, big picture, inspiring people. Managing is the detail side. Managing is the knowing the stats, the tendencies, the probabilities. Managing is being organized and knowing what your day is going to look like, right? If you don't control your day will control you. It's knowing your inventory, knowing what the right inventory is, right? It's the detail. Leading is the retail. Training is giving knowledge. Coaching is developing skills. And when you break it down to those 4 key areas, look, there's guys that are good leaders, but they're lost as last year's Easter egg when it comes to being organized and managing things. There's some guys that are really good at training and giving a bunch of knowledge, but they don't know how to roll up their sleeves and work elbow to elbow with somebody to develop the skills, right? There's guys, really good leaders, that don't know how to coach anybody because they think that people should learn on their own. So it's really a juggling act. And when you look at those 4 key areas, figure out what you're good at. What do you need to work on most? What could have the biggest impact with the least amount of pain on your people? And develop that skill.
Yeah, what one of my previous guests mentioned, he's a professional triathlete, and what they focused on in triathlete training is focus on your strength. Work on your weaknesses, but focus on your strength. Grow your strength. Make your strength stronger. And then you can bring your weaknesses along and develop those. And it sounds a lot like the same concept here is, of those 4 things, what are you best at? Develop that better. And you can work on the other things too, but don't focus on a weakness. Focus on your strength. Develop the other things. Focus on your strength, or at least that's kind of what I took from it.